Welcome to Maple Covenant, your compass for a better life. If you're new to Canada, this video will show you how to write a resume that meets Canadian hiring standards. Today, we are joined by Mr. Roberts, who will provide expert insight on the process.
So, you're looking to land a job in the Canadian market. Well, you need to make sure your resume speaks the right language. And I don't just mean English or French. It's really about how you present yourself. In this explainer, we're going to build a Canadian-style resume from the ground up, step by step, to make sure it's professional, effective, and actually gets you that interview.
Let's just start with a big question right off the bat. Is your resume truly ready for Canada? Because, this is about way more than just a quick translation. It's about a completely different mindset when it comes to showing off your professional life. And this right here, this shows you the fundamental difference. In a lot of places, you're expected to include personal stuff, right? A photo, maybe your age. But in Canada, nope, all of that gets stripped away. The entire focus shifts from who you are as a person to what you can do professionally. Your skills and achievements become the absolute stars of the show.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the philosophy behind it all, the Canadian standard. Then we'll roll up our sleeves and get practical, building your resume piece by piece, from the contact info right down to how you show your impact. By the end, you'll have a super clear blueprint for success.
First up, let's talk about the Canadian resume standard. Before we even think about fonts or formatting, we have to get the why behind it. See, this isn't just about following some arbitrary rules. It's about getting on board with a culture that really values fairness in hiring.
At its heart, the whole system is guided by some really strict anti-discrimination laws, and your resume has to reflect that. By taking out all that personal info that could, even unconsciously, lead to bias, you're making sure you get judged on one thing and one thing only. Can you do the job? It totally levels the playing field for everyone.
Okay, so now let's put that philosophy into practice. We're going to start at the very top of the page, your contact header. This is the very first thing they see, so let's make sure it's a great professional impression.
Take a look at how clean and simple this is. All a recruiter needs is your full name, a professional-sounding email, your phone number, and just your city and province. No need for your full street address or anything like that. And of course, a link to your LinkedIn profile if you have one. Just keep it concise, professional, and to the point.
And to really hammer this point home, here is exactly what you must leave out. No photo, no age or birthday, no nationality, marital status, or religion. Removing these things is how you guarantee that the focus stays exactly where it should be, on your incredible professional qualifications.
All right, now we're getting to the real heart of your resume. This is where you don't just list what you did, you prove your value. We're going to make a big shift here, from just a boring list of duties to a powerful showcase of your skills and the impact you made.
We're going to tackle this in 3 simple steps. First, we'll write a powerful professional summary to hook them in. Second, we'll create a skills section that's packed with the right keywords. And third, and this is a big one, we're going to transform your work experience from a list of tasks into a story of your achievements.
I want you to think of your professional summary as your 30-second elevator pitch. It's just a few lines right at the very top of your resume, and it needs to quickly answer 3 questions for the recruiter. Who are you professionally? What are you really good at? And why should they care? This is your chance to grab their attention right from the get-go.
Now for your skills section, a really smart strategy is to break it into 2 categories. On one side, you've got your hard skills, the technical stuff like specific software or tools. And on the other side, your soft skills, things like communication, teamwork, and problem solving. And let me tell you, if you're new to the Canadian market, highlighting those transferable soft skills is absolutely critical.
Okay, this right here is probably the most powerful change you can make to your entire resume. Instead of just listing your duties, you have to focus on your impact. So instead of saying something like managed social media, you'd say increased social media engagement by 30% in 6 months by implementing a new content strategy. See the difference? Always try to put a number on your achievements.
All right, we're in the home stretch. Let's round out your profile with those final sections. These are the details that add some really valuable context and can be the thing that makes your application stand out from the pile.
Now, if you're coming to Canada from another country, listen up. Your international experience is a huge asset. Don't you dare downplay it. Be totally transparent about where you worked. List the city and the country. The trick is to translate your experience, not just the language. Adapt your job titles and terms to their Canadian equivalents so recruiters instantly get how valuable you are.
Your education section, it follows the exact same logic. List your degree, the school, and where it was located. You can also add sections for any special certifications you have. But here's a pro tip, and it's a big one in Canada. Don't overlook your volunteer work. It's highly valued here. It's seen as a reflection of your character and community spirit. It absolutely belongs on your resume.
So, we've built the whole thing. Now it is time for the final polish. This is your last chance to go over every single detail and make sure your resume is sharp, professional, and 100% ready to impress.
I know we've talked about this, but let's reinforce it one last time because it is that important. You absolutely, positively never include a photo, your age, religion, gender, your immigration status, or any personal hobbies. Think of this as your final checklist for making sure your resume is fair, unbiased, and professional.
And if you're ever on the fence about whether to include something, just ask yourself this one simple question. Does this piece of information help prove I can do the job? If the answer is no, get rid of it. That is the golden rule for a clean, powerful, and effective resume.
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Your resume, it's not your life story. It is a marketing document. Its one and only job is to get you an interview. By keeping it professional, focused on your impact, and perfectly aligned with Canadian standards of fairness, you're not just writing a resume, you're opening the door to your next big career opportunity.